right, well, here's another great example of something that could just lay out hidden. At first, it just looks like a pretty standard white plate, but if you turn it over, not that big of a basement. Pretty small. Now, while I like video games, this is why I always say you have to check inside, because there's no game, and no game. All right, so as you can see, the basement is pretty bare. There's not that much stuff here. Now, this is pretty cool. This is a hairdryer chair. I fortunately don't need this, but it's $150, so not gonna get this. But I've done well on these heaters before, and this is not one that you see that comes to market often, and it's heading into the fall months, so winter's right around the corner. Perfect time to pick something like this up, this old GE automatic heater. And you can see it has the old school circular 2-prong plug. That's a great additional sign that something's vintage. So you want to plug it in, and if it's working, you should see it turn orange and heat up and start blowing out. So you can see there the coils are already starting to heat up, and I could feel the warmth coming off of this. So it's nice and compact, nice and square. It's easy to pack up and box. So this would be a nice one to pick up. Yeah, we're gonna grab this. All right, just for kicks, never did this before, but just doesn't work. All right, now right next to this chair on the bottom here is this little caddy, and you can see here there are these small vintage plastic and glass mirrors, only 50 cents a piece. They're really cool, made by Diane, and people try to sell these for around 10 bucks, so I'll get a little lot of them. I like that we have one that's another color, so maybe I'll list all 4 of them together, or do them in a pair. Now, always remember to look inside of things in pouches, because you never know what you're gonna find. And inside of here, we have a really nice pair of scissors by Sr Dresher, and these are from Germany, and it's a very popular line of scissors. They have a really nice sell-through rate, so we're gonna pick this up as well. All right, so over here you see what on the surface looks like some cheap calculators that I would never be interested in picking up, but definitely make sure you look at the labels, and you can see here that this one is for the former Trump Taj Mahal casino, which I actually went to back in the day along with a lot of other Atlantic City casinos. It's not named that anymore, so this could have collectible interest to somebody. It works based on solar, because you could see here I'm clicking it and it's not turning on, but if we put it under the light, you could see now it turns on. So always make sure you keep that in mind too. We'll pick this up. There's also not another one of these on the market right now, so that makes it good for me in terms of pricing. And I could tell that this person really liked to go to Atlantic City, because I'm going to turn the camera around and show you something else. So this is a perfect example of something to look for. It's a good way in which things get hidden at estate sales and garage sales and other places, is that you have the handle obscuring what would actually make someone interested in this item. And so when we lift the handle up, you could see here it was covering Atlantic City Hilton Casino Resort. And a lot of people have nostalgic memories of going to certain casinos in Atlantic City. And so this would be something that would be desirable. These, are listed for around 23 bucks or a little more. Another good indicator here is that it's made by Igloo, which is the most famous brand for making the coolers. And we're gonna pick this up for just $2. And of course, always check the inside, and it looks really nice and clean, including here. All right, and up top here, I saw something that caught my eye, which is this amber colored vintage ashtray. I've done very well selling these before. Look for them with the indentations on the four corners and this brownish yellow amber color and shape. Always tends to do well. Well, as I showed earlier, one of the things you don't want to overlook when sourcing are scissors. It's such a commonplace type of item that it's easy to pass up on ones that could sell well. Really the key is the brand and the style, and this is a great brand. It's nice and vintage. The Diamaloy Duluth, it's great. $2, and this is going to sell well also, so we're going to grab this too. All right, so here's another great item sitting right here on the shelf. It's this rival Pizzelle and Waffle maker. Oh, look at that. Look how vintage that is. Just a nice, beautiful look. It has a little wear on it, but that definitely brings it some charm. Now you have to be careful that you don't pick something like this up and then forget that it needs to have a power source, obviously. So you can see here is where the power cord would go in, and don't be in such a rush that you don't look to the side, because sometimes they won't be attached. So this is your power source, and you just plug it in like so. And I went already and tested it. It warms up, heats up really good. We have the instructions here. Just the plug alone sells as a replacement piece for $20. People will buy something like this for parts to replace the plates, but it does work, and retail on it would be around $60. So I'm excited about this pickup. We'll grab this for $5. All right, well, here's another great example of something that could just lay out hidden. At first, it just looks like a pretty standard white plate, but if you turn it over, what you're going to see, gets in the light better, is that this is Pyrex. It's from the Family Flair series that they did. This is their dogwood plate. This recently sold for $45, and there's one available on eBay for $45. So we're going to pick this up, a great deal for just $2. Always look on the bottom of the plates to see the markings. All right, now speaking of checking the bottoms of things, also make sure you check the bottoms of plastic items, because you might find some vintage Tupperware like this. Now, this piece only costs $1, but it retails for around 13 bucks. That's with the shipping. So I'm gonna pass on this one, but just a pointer to check the bottoms of the plastic items. All right, I think we're done down here. Let's head up the stairs. So always check out the closets, especially the tops. That's where a lot of things tend to get missed, is up here. And I love, we've got the Miami Dolphins vintage throw blanket with the helmets. Easily identified by myself, because that's my favorite NFL team, the Dolphins. So I love that logo. Plus, we have this Carmelo Anthony Denver Nuggets hat. So this is cool as well. Makes sense that it's in Syracuse because he played for SU and helped them win their one and only championship. So we'll get both of these. So always make sure you check it over for any holes or damages, and this is even better because you could actually wear it. How cool is that? Any Dolphin fans out there? All right, glass experts, you let me know if there's anything you see here that you would have picked up. I'm just not seeing it. And when I turn certain things over, you know, I see things made in China. I see things that were purchased in big bulk stores. I see things that are as is, so there's some damage to it. I'm just not seeing it. But again, I'm willing to learn from some of you out there who know this area better than me. So let me know in the comments if there's something you would have picked up that I missed. All right, now, while I'm not getting anything over there, I am not gonna pass on the faux fruit. You see, I just keep collecting these at different sales and then I lot them together. Like you remember the last estate sale where I got all the pears? Don't pass on the faux fruit. Well, now I could combine them with the grapes. All right, now if you were thinking that one of my best scores ever came from the estate sale, it didn't. You have to stay tuned to the end of the video for that. You are not going to believe it. All right, so overall, I am very happy with how we did here today. I filled up this entire box for a grand total of just $25. So that's awesome. Now, I normally don't like coming over to this area because there's not a lot of old houses. So you might wonder, why the heck am I even over here today? Well, I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. I have a contact who lives in this area who has connections to the comic book industry, and I regularly source items from him. So it just so happens today that this estate sale was going on at the same time I was scheduled to do a pickup. So we're gonna head over there now. I'm not gonna show them on camera. It's like a private situation, but I'm gonna show you what I wound up buying and how much I bought it for. All right, so I just finished a deal. Now keep in mind, this guy doesn't just sell me comic books, but he also sells me other pop culture collectible items like this NES console. Now, it doesn't come with any wires or anything. He said that it works, which I do trust him because I have been dealing with him for many years. However, even if it doesn't work, this NES console sells for around $40 or more. Now, considering that everything I bought from him I got for $50, this pays for most of it right here, regardless of whether it works. All right, now another item that I got from him is this great book, Encore, The Art of Liam Sharpe. Now, this is a book that just does not come to market often. There is one available at the time of this filming that is about $175 plus the shipping. It's available internationally, not one available in the US. But this book has something that the other one doesn't because it was sent personally to this person that I know who has all these connections. Check it out, I'll show you. Inside this book, when we open it up, we see, oh, look at that. An original sketch by Liam Sharpe himself. How cool is that? That helps me advertise this piece as different from the others. And I'm gonna be able to get a nice price on this. Should sell for over $100 easily. All right, so another set of items that I got from him for the $50 are all these DVDs. The highlight of which is the Lucifer DVDs. Now, he couldn't find the 4th season, although he's going to look around for it, and he himself has a contact who might actually be able to send it to him. But either way, I could sell these individually, or I could sell season 1, 2, and 3, and then sell season 5 separately. Also included is the complete 3rd season of Lois and Clark, and the 4th season. Looks like we have the 1st season here as well. There's also Benji, who doesn't love good old Benji, and Crisis on Earth X, another comic related DVD. And then sometimes there's these random items that he throws in, like this A&W All-American Food scarf, which is perfect for me because, you know, I love to sell food advertising related items, and winter is not too far away. All right, now this Green Lantern book, even though it's big, it's not worth that much money because it's overproduced. So be careful with that, with these overproduced comic related books. They might look like they're worth a lot of money, but in reality, since there's a million of them out there, they're really not worth a lot for resale value. Although for me, you know, being so much into comic books, this is something I might keep for a reference for a little bit. I might give it away on one of my Whatnot comic auctions, so make sure you're following me over there, Primetime Treasure. And you know, it's also something I could combine with other Green Lantern comic related items that I have and make a little lot with it. All right, this is just some random board game he threw in. I never played it. If you did, let me know in the comment section if it's any good. I might just sell it for parts because, as you can see here, it's you know, pretty stained up on the outside. It doesn't look like it's worth that much in and of itself based on the comps. So who knows? If you tell me it's good in the comments, maybe I'll play it with Mrs. Primetime. All right, now sometimes he throws in some pop culture t-shirts. This is a good example of this Buzz Lightyear one. This is a size large. And then there's also the Property of Star Command shirt. This one is also a large. All right, now I mentioned comic books, and what we have here are 80 comics. I took most of them out of that box right there. Of the 80, 78 of them are traditional comic books, and these two Wonder Woman comics are in book form. I'm not going to show you all of them, but just to give you a sample, we have a lot of popular titles like Star Wars and Stranger Things. These sell very well. Most of them are through Dark Horse. There's a lot of books that are signed, so you could see here this is a con or convention exclusive, and we've got a signature here. This set, the Surrogates, you could see here, this one was signed by Robert Venditti. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have sketch variants, so this is designed for artists to sketch something on the cover at a place like a convention. We've got Avatar, for example, another nice title. Assassin's Creed, so we have video game related ones, and I have these in other collections so I could combine them. There's another Avatar, another Assassin's Creed, King Spawn, for example, Spawn, so it just goes on and on. I'll stop there, but you get the general point. The brooches are from your great grandmother? $1 each?
Yeah.
One, we got 1,
2.
I don't even know what.
Nothing.
That's nothing,
That's
right? 1, 2. This is nice. 3.
4.
And Daisy, we like Daisy. Although I think it's supposed to go on the bottom of this piece. Is it broken off?
I don't think it's broken, but let me look.
All right, so it just goes like this then. There's no,
and it's a freestanding brooch, right?
Yeah, because it's rounded on the bottom. So yeah. All right, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, great.
I'll get older than that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
And we got more brooches over
Yeah,
here,
we
huh?
do.
So I like Christmas brooches.
Okay.
So one. We got Santa. Two.
Okay.
I like
He's
squirrels.
a squirrel.
Yeah.
And these guys are 100 years old.
100 years old, huh?
I didn't know
these
how
are
old.
these are my mother-in-law's.
Are you serious?
Yes.
know
Really?
how old.
Yes.
Wow.
He wants all these. I didn't know how old
Okay,
they were.
they're $1 a piece.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. And what about
No, he's not.
this is
And
interesting.
he's 50.
Huh.
The telephone's 50.
Oh my gosh, I
Wow.
didn't see that.
And
That is
this
cool.
little guy is 50.
The telephone though. Wow.
Huh.
We
Wow.
changed those.
Huh. All right. Deal. I'll get them all.
All right, so
All
it's
right.
$1 for everything.
Just all in a box for you, okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And it's
all
a chapel box.
Okay. Yeah. So the drawer was 75 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a convenient garage sale stop off. All those brooches, I got all 9 of them for $8. He actually took another $1 off at the end there. So Mrs. Primetime is going to be pumped up about these. I love how they come in the old Chappelle box too. So it'd be like giving Mrs. Primetime a little present when I get home. So brownie points for me. All right, so we're back at Primetime Treasure headquarters, and as you can see, I have loaded up the Primetime Treasure Mobile with boxes and boxes of more treasures. So what happened is that after the garage sale, I stopped off at one of my local comic and collectible sources. Now, this person gives me all sorts of great bulk deals on a regular basis. So I stopped in and I saw all these books piled up. And I said, "What's this?" And he said, "They're all yours for $150. And I looked at the stuff that was there. This would be one example, Doctor Who fans. Look at this incredible vintage Doctor Who goodness. You don't come across this that often. And I said, sold. It was probably the quickest sale he's ever made. And then I got some more stuff, but let me show you all these amazing books that I wound up picking up. Hey Daisy, you want to see the books? All right, so I'm literally on a ladder right now to show you these. There's a total of 77 books, so I paid less than $2 a book. I'm gonna pan over them, get a little closer to them so you can see. And then there's some incredible gems I have to show you. You're not even gonna believe it. All right, so as you can see here, there are a lot of vintage Doctor Who books from the 1980s. Many of these I had myself when I was a kid, particularly the Key to Time book, the unfolding text, the technical manual. But some of these I never even had, and that's saying something because I am one of the biggest Doctor Who fans around and have every single Doctor Who on VHS and DVD. Some of these are really nice vintage hardcover books with the dust jackets on them, like the Shazam from the 40s to 70s. Terrific Wonder Woman book. In fact, there's 2 of them. That one there's from 1976. And there's just many more. I can't possibly go over the comps for all of them, but this one sells well also. The Superhero Women by Stan Lee. I believe that's a first printing. If you ever see that in soft cover version, pick that up. We've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Some more Batman, Plastic Man. All of these Popeye books, they are nice and vintage. So we've got the smaller ones and we've got the bigger ones here as well. There's a bunch of stuff here by Will Eisner. We've got some Little Lulu down here. I'm saving the best for last, some of the books you have to look closely, and they are signed by the artist, so you could see that's an example there. And we are going to hone in now on the cream of the crop right over here. Wait till you see this. All right, so we're gonna start with this one here, which is Cerberus 6 Deadly Sins. Just as a general tip, if you see anything comic related with the word Cerberus on it, you definitely wanna look into it. What we have here is a set of prints. This came out in 1981. As you could see, there were 1,750 copies made, and this is number 740. So always nice to have a limited edition. What they typically do with these sets of plates is the author will sign and number the first plate. So as you can see here, we have the first plate signed. Now it's called 6 Deadly Sins because there's supposed to be 6 plates. So this is plate 1. We also have plate 2. We also have plate 3. We have plate 4. We have plate 5, and we have plate 6. So this is a complete set. Incredible to find this. It's in terrific shape. One sold recently for around $100. There's only one currently listed on eBay for about 110. So, I mean, this is amazing. This will almost pay for everything that I got. All right, so this is the next one, Batman Portfolio #1 by Marshall Rogers. This dates back to 1981. And again, it is a set of print plates. Now, they're not always signed. This one is not signed. There's supposed to be 4 of them in here. So we do have number 1. We have number 2, really brightly colored. The condition on these is incredible. We have number 3, and we also have number 4. So it is a complete set. The price depends on condition. You know, we'll take a look at the condition and look at the condition of the competitors to price it, but another one I should do really well on. All right, now these keep getting crazier and crazier. This one here is a Shazam book. It says The Monster of Evil Deluxe Limited Collector's Edition. You know, I always say to look out for slipcover books. Check out my video on that, by the way. I took it out of the slipcover, and the cool thing about this one, when we open it up, is, in addition to all these cool images, you will see that this is limited to only 3,000 made, and this is number 1,722. So it always pays to look inside the books where you could see these indicators of value. If you look inside the book, you will see all of these beautifully colored pages. They're in incredible condition. Only one of these was listed on eBay recently, and it's sold in the $200 range. The cheapest one available right now on eBay is $325 plus shipping. Crazy, crazy find. All right, this is the best one. Save the best for last. This is a portfolio by Will Eisner. Will Eisner, very famous for his work on the Spirit. And there were some other Spirit hardcover books that were in the lot that I purchased. But this is the best by far because it's a portfolio of prints that goes back to 1977. And you could see here, there's a description of the 10 plates. And just like that other set of plates that I showed you, this one is signed by Will Eisner himself, and it's numbered. So there's the Spirit right there. So that's plate number 1. We have plate number 2. Oh, I love this. We have plate number 3. Play that saxophone music. We've got plate number 4. Really cool, fighting on top of that pillar right there. We've got plate number 5, and they're in incredible condition. Really nicely colored. Plate number 6. Oh, that's crazy. If you like horror stuff, that is crazy. We've got plate number 7. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is just perfect. We've got plate number 8. So cool. Oh, I hope you're enjoying these. We've got plate number 9. And we have plate number 10. So it's a complete set. This is my first time looking through them. And we have something else here. What is this? Oh, we have an 11th plate as well. And it says dead end on it. So, wow, that is amazing. So, complete set. The going rate on these is $350. One sold for $350 recently, and there's currently one of these available on eBay right now for $350. But wait, there's more. I'm kind of saving the best to the end depending on who you are. So some of you are going to laugh at this. Just wait, you'll see in a moment. But before I left the place that I was at, after I found all those books, I went and looked around at another area, and I saw that there were these 3 long boxes of comic books. Now, there's about 300 to 400 comics in these boxes because they're not all bagged and boarded. So I started looking through them, and they were all nice quality comic books. You know, they were like this, like classic X-Men number 3 with Storm on it, or Ghost Rider with Venom and Spider-Man, and you know, like here's a Web of Spider-Man, same thing with Ghost Rider and Venom on it. And then, of course, when I saw the Pirate Queen, I was sold. So, you know, Primetime Treasure Hunter, how could you pass up on the Pirate Queen? You absolutely cannot. So I said, how much do you want for all 3 boxes? And he said $300. Now, normally I don't pay $300 for 3 long boxes, but given the amazing deal that I had already gotten, plus I looked through the boxes and I saw that there were great books in all 3 boxes, I said, deal, absolutely. All right, so I'm gonna pack these up and then I'm gonna show you that final item of the day. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory on that in terms of pricing, because you're gonna wonder what I paid for everything. Well, it was $150 for all those books I showed you earlier. Then these were $300, so that brings us to $450. Well, I needed 4 long boxes. Those normally cost around $11, so that would have brought it to $490. Now, he had this additional item, which he said he was trying to get $50 out of, but he was going to essentially throw the long boxes in for free and give it to me for the $50, or I could look at it like I paid for the long boxes and got this extra item for just $10. Now, I'm gonna just tell you, you may want to put your kids away if they're watching right now. I'm not going to show anything explicit, but you'll see in just a moment. I'm giving you a warning. All right, here we go. All right, Daisy, close your eyes. You're not allowed to see this, okay? You're too innocent. Look at you, you sit all innocent while I'm about to show this. All right, here we go. Warning, warning. All right, here we go. Look at this. The one and only Betty Page. Look at this poster. This thing is gigantic. It's so bright and colorful. It's absolutely amazing. This is just icing on the cake for today. What a day. Daisy's like, what the? All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, it started off a little questionable. I wasn't sure how the day was going to shake out, and it turned out to be one of my best days sourcing ever. Go figure. Just goes to show, be persistent and develop those relationships with local contacts in your community. It really can be a game changer. Make sure to follow me over on Whatnot. I'm Primetime Treasure over there, no S at the end. There's a link to Whatnot below in the description section, and if you sign up using that link, it will give you $10 off your first purchase. And if you spend it, I get 10 bucks as well. So as I always say, it works out for both of us. We're going to start a live show there for auctions on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be a 1-hour show. And then I have my longer auction show there on the weekends. And some of the stuff that you saw here today will be auctioned over there. Some of it will be listed on eBay. I kind of put things on both platforms. So if you see something you like and you don't know where it is, you can reach out to me, primetimetreasure@gmail.com, and always ask. With that, everyone, I'll see you at the next video. Take care.